In this video, we're going to go through the settings and learn how to use the Datavideo BC-15 in a live production. We're going to learn how to change the video output, adjust the exposure, colors, and anything else you need to get an optimal image for your live video production. Let's unbox our Datavideo BC-15P. You'll see that your Datavideo BC-15P comes in a carrying case. You can use this case to store your BC-15P and its accessories. You'll see on the left there is a power supply, your BC-15P camera, and on the bottom your second lens. So a quick tour of the Datavideo BC-15. Of course, it comes with two lenses, so you're going to be able to mount your standard lens or wide lens, also known as the eSport lens. We have our tally light here. Of course, we have 3 mounting points on the camera, and of course, one on the bottom. The HDMI output can do up to 4K at 60 frames per second, and you have all the options all the way from 24 to 60 frames per second. The Datavideo BC-15 can be POV powered or powered through the 12-volt DC input. And on the back of the BC-15, we have our menu. So here in the back, we see a T and a W. The T is to zoom in, telephoto. And what we're doing right now is we're actually engaging with the digital zoom of the Datavideo BC-15. W for wide will go out full wide. If you're filming in HD, you can do this without sacrificing any quality, but if you're filming in 4K, you will have some loss in resolution. The left and right buttons, the left button is the gain to go down, so you'll lower your gain, and going up will increase your gain. These buttons here are just for quickly accessing what you can already do in the menu. Here is our gain setting. We can go ahead and lower it. I think 8 is perfect for this shot. And then we could, of course, go to our zoom. You can do a maximum of 2x. So if you're on the wide lens, if you're on the eSport lens, instead of using the digital zoom, you can switch to the standard lens. If you have the standard lens and you want to adjust your shot and zoom in just a little bit, that's perfect. If you're on your standard lens and you want to zoom in and adjust your shot, then you could get a little bit more than 2x optical zoom. You can actually get 4x optical zoom if you do a digital zoom with the standard lens. Now let's go into more detail of the Datavideo BC-15 menu. As we just saw earlier, we could change our digital zoom. Here we can adjust the gain, the shutter speed, and the white balance. To be able to adjust the gain and the shutter speed, you need to have the camera in manual exposure. However, we do have other options which will put the camera into automatic exposure. A global automatic exposure will expose the image as an all-around average for the entire frame. Center will concentrate on center frame. eSport is optimized for the wide-angle lens. Lock will lock all of your current settings for exposure, and manual exposure will, of course, let you customize all of the exposure settings. In the image setting, we can adjust the contrast, brightness, and saturation of the BC-15. Contrast will crush the blacks. Brightness will increase the overall exposure of the image. Saturation will boost the color. Hue will change the types of colors that you're getting. And sharpness will adjust how sharp your image looks. The current settings here, which are the settings out of the box, seem to work the best and give the best image quality. Of course, you can go in here and adjust it to your live video production. Under camera settings, we could select our lens. It's important because, for instance, right now we're on the wide lens, the eSport lens, and then here is the setting for the standard lens. So the standard lens, you need to select this when using the standard lens. It will adjust the sensor to compensate for the wide angle. So on the wide angle lens, instead of having rounded edges, now it has more squared off edges and a more flat, proper image. So let's make sure we keep eSport selected. Here we'll let you know if the automatic gain control is on or off, depending on your exposure setting. Right now, we're in manual exposure, so we need to manually adjust the gain. You can quickly and easily do this in the back of the camera, as we learned earlier. This will adjust the gamma mode. We have a few options here. Standard was the one that we liked the best. You could adjust the 3D noise reduction. You can either turn it on or off. In some situations, you may get better results, but we recommend just to leave it off. In wide dynamic range mode, if you have a particularly dark scene, turning it on, you'll have more visibility in your image, especially in really dark scenes, but you'll have a slightly higher noise profile. So what we can do is we can turn this on and then go to our gain control. And then now since we're very, very well exposed, we can turn down the gain. And so now our gain is set to 3 and the wide dynamic range mode is looking pretty good. Going back into the camera setting menu here, in the mirror settings, you can adjust the BC-15 if you've turned the unit upside down. Rotation can flip the image of the BC-15. Anti-flicker will help you with situations where screens or lights are flickering at a hertz that conflicts with the frame rate and shutter speed of the camera. So for white balancing the BC-15, we have a few options. We can go over to white balance, and right now it's currently set on a manual color temperature setting. So my lighting right now is at 5600K white balance. So I could match it doing this. I could also do a one-push white balance setting. I would press the right arrow to initialize the one-push command, and then press enter. We could also set on outdoor. And then you have option to also do auto. Indoor will be working with warmer light temperatures, more like 3200 Kelvin. And then red and blue gain would be for adjusting the white balance manually. Going into the menu to adjust the audio of the Datavideo BC-15, after you've entered the menu, press the left button, and it'll take you over to the second part of the menu. On audio, you could select whether you have a line in, which would be from an audio mixer, a mic in, which would be from a microphone, like a battery-powered shotgun microphone or another type of microphone. Keep in mind that the Datavideo BC-15P does not have phantom power, so your microphone will need to be powered on its own. You could set whether you want a mono or stereo audio input, and you can then set your audio standard as MPTE or EDU. There are no level adjustments on the BC-15P audio. It will automatically adjust to your microphone. It's best to listen through an external monitor. The BC-15P audio track will be embedded in the HDMI video output, and you could adjust your microphone using your monitor as a means to monitor your audio. I believe our tour of the Datavideo BC-15P has come to an end. Follow us on all our social media to stay up to date with everything new from Datavideo, and subscribe to us here on YouTube for the latest videos. Thanks for watching.